Hi, Dave Sheahan here again, and how are you doing today? I'm here today with fat loss strategy number 6 for my series on my fat loss strategies from my book 6 Weeks to Cover Model Body. And in this series, if you're just joining it, I'm sharing all the strategies from my book 6 Weeks to Cover Model Body. And again, this is powerful information, but the key thing is you need to implement it. It's great having information, but if you don't use it, it's a waste of time. You may as well not have heard of it. So again, the first 4 strategies, we covered a lot about the mindset and creating the right mindset to believe that you're going to achieve your goal, and daily mental training and so on, and the importance of it. In the last strategy, number 5, I expressed and educated you on metabolism and how it's the most important factor you need to focus on if you want to achieve results. What I want to talk to you about today is about abdominals, the abdominal myth that's out there, as I call it. When people want to get a six-pack, get toned abs, lose that baby stomach that people have had and get it tight and toned again, people always start doing loads of abs, and people have this focus that if you don't do loads of abs, you're never going to get tight abs. Well, I can tell you, when I was at my lowest body fat ever of 4% or so, I rarely ever did abs. In the last 5-6 years, I've rarely, if ever, have done abs. And you might think, God, that's crazy. Like, if you've seen the cover of my book, you can see the kind of shape I'm in. Like, I'm really ripped, I'm really lean. Again, you can see the full six-pack. You can see all the different areas of the body. And that's what getting to low body fat, like 6% or under, will do for you. But that is without doing abdominals, not much abdominals. Because we are constantly using our abdominals. That's what people don't realise. You don't have to be on the floor doing hundreds or thousands of crunches to get abdominals. Because, let me ask you this. When you look at your stomach and say, I hate my stomach and I need to work and get it lean, what is it that is stopping you seeing your abdominals? Is it the muscles, or is it actually that thin or thick layer of fat that's covering them? Because if you think about it, if you did thousands of abdominals every single day for the next year and you didn't really change anything else, food or anything, would you expect to see them? Like, how is that thick layer of fat going to disappear? So it's all about, again, burning off that layer of fat, and that will show your abdominals. So no matter what you do, what exercise, how good a diet you follow, if they're in isolation, you're not going to get abdominals. Getting abdominals is a combination of good, balanced, effective nutrition that's personalized to you and your lifestyle. Very high intensity, effective exercise with a mixture of cardiovascular and resistance training. And like I stressed in the first few videos, your mindset. That's the ingredients to get a six-pack, okay? Not doing loads of abdominals, because every time you get up and down off the toilet, every time you walk up the stairs, every time you bend for something, every time you do, for instance, an exercise in the gym like a squat, a bent over row, anytime you're running up a hill, anytime you're using a row machine and you're having to keep upright as you're pulling the handle in and out, every time you're punching, using your whole midsection. Again, the whole midsection is being used to keep upright, because think about it, your whole spine is a series of vertebral columns, or it's a vertebral column, so a lot of vertebrae, and vertebrae, it's flexible. It's not like a straight rigid pole like a pipe, for instance. So it's flexible. If you're not protecting it by tightening up your abdominals, your whole core area, it's going to get damaged. So every time you're doing an exercise and doing it correctly, you're actually using your abdominals. And the fact is that the squat exercise, especially the barbell squat, bar across your shoulders, doing that properly is the number 1 exercise or movement for recruiting the most abdominal muscle fibers. So that is actually the best abdominal exercise you can do, is squats. Now that might surprise you, but think about it again. You're holding a bar up here, you're bending down, your body's slightly leaning forward. How does it stop from falling over and basically buckling your back in two? You're using a huge amount of your abdominals, and there's a huge amount of abdominal pressure on you when you're doing a squat exercise, especially the heavier the weight it gets that you can lift. So you're actually using your abdominals all the time, in particular a squat, but any form of row, any type of aerobic exercise where like that, sprinting up a hill, rowing, boxing, anything like that. And just in day-to-day activity, walking up the stairs, coming down the stairs, getting up in and out of a car, sitting up and down off the toilet, sitting up and down off the couch. So we're all the time doing abdominals. So my message to you today is quit wasting time on abdominal exercises. Focus on high intensity interval training and cardiovascular circuits, such as outlined in my book. High intensity or resistance training, again for fat burning purposes, keep it in a circuit, kind of peripheral heart action style for maximum results. They are the key ingredients. Use those exercises you're going to do in those programs to work your abdominals. Do a little bit of abdominals if you've got the time, but don't waste time doing them specifically. If you are using time for abdominals that you could put into your cardio or your resistance, you are not maximizing your time. If you have some spare time, you can hop in the ground, do a few abs. By all means do it, but do not, as I said, waste time that you could be spending doing high intensity cardio resistance training, which is more effective. Okay, so again, that's the abdominal myth. It's $1 billion industry. That's where all these infomercials come from and all these gadgets and so on. But the bottom line is good diet, followed consistently, as well as a highly effective and intense exercise program. That's how you over time will create that abdominals and get that beloved six-pack that everyone's looking for. All right, so again, if you want to get that six-pack, as I said, focus on those areas. All right, so catch you tomorrow with strategy number 7.